guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a new project to show you. This is something that you can make for under £20. It's from B&M Bargains. It's a selection of boxes that are on sale at the moment. You can also get these boxes offline. What I did is I bought a series of boxes and I've made this camp box, this chuck box here. And it's something that you can use in a tiny home, or you can use it in a narrowboat, say, or you can take it to camp. It's really fancy this, so keep watching this one. Yeah, so I was on the lookout for lots of little ideas for you to make. And these two side boxes here, this is all separate boxes by the way. These two here, one here and one here, are £3 each. So that's £6 for these two. This section here is one box and this is £5 to buy. And I bought an extra one of these boxes and I've used it for the bottom part here. So £16 it's cost me so far for this box. Of course I've bought some kind of attachments and things so that I can put it together. But I think for under £20 you'll be able to do this quite easily. So what I did first when I was constructing this box, I got this main section here. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what, it kind of reminds me of something of Harry Potter or something like that. It looks quite cool, or it kind of looks like from a cowboy age, doesn't it? And I took the lid off one of these boxes and I put this box on top of this section here. And what I did very carefully, I prized off this kind of architrave here with a penknife, and I prized out this section here and I made this drop down door. So now I have access in the bottom of it here. Now what else I did, I attached these two boxes to each end so that I have extra storage coming out here. And now it looks quite quirky, doesn't it? But it's really practical and it's something that you could probably keep in your house as a piece of furniture. You can put it on a bookcase and say you're going to a camp or you're going on a picnic or something, you can just grab it with this carry handle here and just take it with you. Right, I'm going to show you a bit more about this box now and open it up. I put these extra catches on here so that when I'm carrying the box, it doesn't put too much weight on the hinges and these little locking devices here, because they're made out of metal, these, but they're not the strongest, if you know what I mean. So I've got all sorts in here for a camp kitchen, and this is something that you can use if you wanted to for a craft box, or you could use it for, say, maybe jewellery. If you're a lady out there and you want it for a jewellery box, or you just want to use it as a memory box and keep memories in it or something like that. But I've done it, this particular one, for camping. So I have a stove in here. This whole thing turns into a stove. It's quite nice, I think. Christmas is coming up now and it's something that you could possibly make for a loved one if you want to, but I really enjoyed making this. So on the bottom here I've used a piano hinge, you know, one continuous hinge, because it's much stronger than a normal, you know, set of separate hinges there. It just gives it a bit more strength, and because it's brass it kind of blends into it all. I mean, if you didn't like this style of box, you could paint it, you know, you could spray it green if you was into a military look or a bushcraft look, but I really like this. So I've got a series of coat hangers and ground anchor pegs here. And I've made and bent lots of different attachments. You would have seen me do this on my other boxes that I've been making, my micro kitchens and stuff. But I've took it a little bit further on this video to give you more ideas. And if you didn't want to make one of these boxes, you can use these ideas on your big chuck box if you want. Right, I'm going to set this up and show you what it looks like in a minute. But I want to quickly talk to you about something as well for an idea for you. Oops, there goes my hip flask there. So it's absolutely cramp at this. So we've got these treacle tins on the market. You can pick these up quite cheap. I've got 2 of these, and I thought they're really, really handy to put tea and coffee in, you know, things like that. You might have seen the Ode Bay, Hudson Bay, that's a place, isn't it? Ode Bay tins before, and you've seen her put a pull tab on it so that you can access it easier. Because these tops are quite fiddly, aren't they, to get into? Normally you need like a knife to try and prise them open. But I've got a drink in there, and now I've got these 2 tins that I'm going to put some leather tabs on the top of them. And these are really good because they're airtight. You know, you keep your stuff fresh, and they look really nice. But something else you can do with these tins, if you wanted to, this is an old one that I found in my old shed, and I've put a bail arm on it there, a carrying handle, and I've cut the top completely off, and I've made a lid for it. I haven't attached it yet, it's still a work in process. And I've made myself a little kind of tin. Now, I wouldn't want to boil water in it or anything like that because it's too nice and it would burn all the paint off, won't it? But I can use it for stuff like keeping maybe butter in if I want to, or some rice in it, or have it as a bit of a sandwich box or butty box. I mean, you wouldn't get very big sandwiches in that, would you? But you know what I mean. You could use it as a kind of lunch box if you want, or you could keep crafts in it. But that looks really nice and old, doesn't it? You know, and that will look nice in your home, I think. Anyway, I'm going on a bit, aren't I? Right, let me set this box up properly for you now. So I'm using these ground anchor spikes here to create a little bit of a platform, and I bent some coat hanger over. That's slotting these 2 little holes here. And then what happens is it holds it in place so that I can put this piece of aluminium that I have in the bottom of the box. I can put this on top now. And then I've got a little bit of a platform for my cooking stove. I am going to make a screen that goes in here as well to protect this wood a little bit from moisture from the cooking pots and things. I've also made this bracket here that stops the box from basically tipping. It stops the lid from closing shut in the wind, if you know what I mean. And that just locks in like that. So that's quite sturdy now. Now I've bent over some coat hanger here so that I've got additional shelving, like a rack, if you know what I mean. And these slot in here like this. And now I've got a little bit more room on the top, and it stops the wind from closing. What I was thinking about doing as well is having some swing arms here and having candles on that basically just swing out, if you know what I mean, like that. And it would be protected from the wind there, wouldn't it? If I put aluminium in here, it would reflect the light as well, wouldn't it? But yeah, I've got a bit more storage on top now. You know what I mean? I can store things a bit more easy. I can hang things off here as well, and I can also put hot pots on there that aren't going to burn the wood. You know, after I've been cooking, I can just pop them on top like that. But I've done this both sides of the box. So I've got a chopping board in here and all sorts of things. I've got like my cook system there, my Trangier Mini that fits in lovely, by the way. I've also ordered a kettle that goes inside this of a Trangier Mini. It would fit perfectly. And I've also ordered a griddle, like a kind of little mini frying pan that fits inside here as well. So this is a complete cook system in itself, isn't it? Or will be. But I'm going to have to wait for Christmas for those things because that's my Christmas present off a wife. So this is a lamp bracket. Yeah, so this piece here that locks this lid down, I bent this lamp bracket, and it goes in like that, and it goes in a little hole there. And now I've got a lamp hanger, haven't I? I have got one for the other side somewhere. I've also lost this little piece. I don't know where I've put it. I think I've tidied it away. But I'm going to show you how to make these bits later on, so I'll make a new one of those. So this is a knife that was made for me by a Romany gypsy gentleman. It's the type of knives that they used to make from old Sheffield steel knives because it's flexible. And what they would do is grind them down, the old blades, the old knives, and they would use a piece of hazel as a handle and a bit of copper piping there as a socket. And what you've got there is what he describes as a rabbit punching knife, a rabbit skinning knife. But I'm going to use it for just this camp box knife. But what I found with these boxes was they come with these leather kind of decorative pieces, but things slip into them. You know, you can slip spoons into them and all sorts of stuff. You know, if you just push it in like that, you've got kind of like a little bit of storage there. I think that's quite good, actually. So you can get these boxes from B&M Bargains. They're quite cheap. £3 for the small one, £5 for the big one. This is quite a small box. You just construct it by putting one on top of the other and removing the lid. If you remember my other video about the micro box, you see the size comparison between the two right there, and it's actually smaller than the micro box. So that's why I've combined it with other boxes. Yeah, so this looks really good, doesn't it? If you like old-fashioned things as well, I think it's a real good idea. Now, all I needed to do this was a Swiss Army knife, really. I mean, I did use a drill and I did have other things, but if you've just got a Swiss Army knife or a screwdriver and, you know, a bit of an awl or something like that, it's something you can do at home. It's not requiring a massive toolkit to put this together. So, like I said before, you put one box on top of the other, the big one, remove the lid, make a drop-down door at the front, and then these two end boxes hold the two together. You put bolts through top and bottom of the two boxes, these main big boxes, and it holds it together. I haven't glued this yet. I'm going to take it to pieces and glue it. I just wanted to work it all out for you. But yeah, I suggest gluing it, and I also suggest spraying it with some type of lacquer once you've constructed it, just to keep the moisture off it a little bit. It is something that's made for indoor use, really. But if it's underneath a tarp and you haven't got it in the rain, it should be fine. But it's a little bit, you know, nice for having out all weathers. You know, not like your regular big heavy-duty chuck boxes. This is something you can have in a camper van, isn't it? Or you can have it inside a chuck box, lift it out of your big chuck box and put it off a roof. Right, I'm going to show you some of these items here as well, because you might be interested in that. But if you don't have things like this, it doesn't matter, because you can use whatever you want. You can use your regular cooking stuff, you know. You can use your things in it. You know, these are my things, but you can use your things in it. These are just things to show you how it works, really. Now, I was up very early this morning making this video because my family was in bed, but they're all getting up now. They're going shopping, Christmas shopping. So we got young George going shopping, and Rafe, I don't know what he's doing. I'm going to talk you through these things here. These are things that I've collected from car boot sales and places like that. This is an old 1920s matchbox, and you just open it by sliding it with your thumbs like that. And then inside here you have matches, and it has a striker on the bottom of it. And that's quite nice, isn't it? This is an old tin that I've had for a while now. It's an old gramophone needle tin. You know, the old-fashioned wind-up gramophones, and you get a spare needle set. And this is a very nice, old-fashioned antique tin. I don't know what I'm going to put in that, but it's just nice, isn't it? Maybe I could have a sewing kit in that if I wanted to. This is a modern tin, but made to look old, that I got off my mother. And it's for, like, grate polish, what you put on the old log stoves. You put black polish in it and polish up your log stoves. But I've just got a few little items in here. I've got a tiny little spoon for spices that I got off my friend Matthew. And Matthew's got the Birchwood Bushcraft channel, and you would have seen his videos. But this was his grandmother's, and she passed away, and he asked me if I wanted some of the items before he, you know, distributed them to other people and whatnot. And I said, yes, I love this little spoon. I know it's quirky, but it's really nice, that, isn't it? And in here, I have what's known as a lady's penknife, probably, again, from the 1920s, or maybe older. It might be Edwardian. And yeah, it's just a very small Sheffield steel blade. And it's just a nice little backup knife, that, isn't it? And it's got mother of pearl on that and a little bottle opener. And these are nice things to have in your chuck box, in your little boxes and things, little trinkets and stuff. This is a very compact lighter, again, I think probably 1920s, maybe 30s. And it's quite compact, that. I haven't got any fuel in it at the moment. But it's like a little peanut lighter, isn't it? But I like that because it's something that just slips in little nooks and crannies. You know, all these small things are great for space saving, aren't they? I found that in a shed that was given me. I was given a shed off an old bloke, and it was full of drawers with knickknacks in. This was in a right state, and I found all sorts of tins and old cobbling tools, all things like that. And in my workshop, I've got loads of stuff to show you. It's a bit untidy, my workshop at the moment, but it's something that I'm going to be taking you in the future. And we're going to be making lots of different things in that workshop, and you're going to like it because I do have a lot of old school tools to show you. Yeah, so some of the items I've got are modern, but this is a reproduction of a stirrup cup, what they used to use for toasting with off horseback. And it just folds up and drops down. I am on the lookout for a big version of this. So if you can, any of you out there, if you know where I can get one from, just drop me a message on this video, please. And I'll be very grateful for that. And I'll be grateful for more tips about stuff. You know, your messages coming in are absolutely wonderful. I love them. Very, very kind of you as well, some of your messages. Well, most of your messages. Or all of your messages are kind. I don't know why I'm saying that. Right. This is a little tin. You might have seen it before. It was for typewriter ink, but it's very handy. The wife's just come in there now. She's just getting ready to go shopping. So these are, it's all right. So these are salt and pepper shakers, kind of. But they're tiny and they've got little handles on them. I think they're really nice, you know, for a bit of cooking. And like I said before, these are things you can pick up from car boot sales. Or if you live in the States, thrift shops. I don't know what you would call them in other countries, you know, in New Zealand or Australia or Japan. I don't know what you would call these type of shops, but in England we call them charity shops. And they used to be a lot better, the charity shops in the UK, but people aren't giving away old stuff anymore. So you've got to be really sneaky to get in there early and get stuff. Yeah, so I get old coat hangers. These are offcuts from some coat hangers. I think I get about £5 for £1 from a local shop near me. And you can just get experimental. Get yourself some pliers and just basically cut it off like that. Make yourself a hook if you want, just by bending this part over like that. You know, now you can put a chain on that if you want to suspend that above a fire. You know, you can make lamp brackets. It's just so easy just to do, just simply by bending, being creative. You can make key hangers if you want to. You can make a rack system. You can do anything with that. Right, if you've not pressed subscribe, can you please just press subscribe, please? Because it really helps my channel out. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to make the channel bigger. And it really does help me out a lot. And I appreciate you watching. And I appreciate you subscribing. But even if you don't subscribe, I appreciate you watching anyway. You know, it's nice. It's nice to get comments off you, and I've had some lovely comments, and it's been really nice and kind comments as well. Well, I hope you found this video very useful. I hope you get creating your own little chuck box. If you can't get hold of this type of box in the region where you live, just go on Amazon and you can get a selection of different size boxes, and you can make it however you want to do it. Put your own take on it and just get creative and have fun doing it. Like I said before, this would be great for a tiny home, wouldn't it? Great for camping. You know, it'd be good for a camper van. And when I put it away, I can just put it on one of my shelves at home and it would be in keeping with my house. So I'm going to say bye now, and if you keep watching, you can listen to a song and you can have a look around my house. I'll share that with you just for a bit of interest. If you're interested in old things, just keep watching. Now the song I'm going to play you, I write the words for it, but I use AI for the voice on the music, but with my words. So just enjoy yourself now, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for coming.
The colors of the trees shedding golden leaves, a tapestry of reds and greens that softly weaves, falling down to earth, tracing paths we know. They whisper tales of ages past, helping us grow. In the hush of the woodland, the damp smell in the air, bathing our lungs in life, a breath of care. Bark glistening with raindrops, a treasure trove, while the hidden fungus dreams in darkness, sheltered from above. Oh, the colors they rise, bright and bold, covering our eyes with stories untold. In autumn's embrace we find our delight, in the splendid rays of sun and gentle moonlight. Darkness driven away by our fire so bright, as we drift into dream swags upon the floor at night. Who could ask for more than this peace we seek? The woods wrapped in magic as the stars slowly peak. The harmony of nature where silence speaks loud, as the leaves dance upon breezes, a soft flowing shroud. Oh, the colors they rise, bright and bold, covering our eyes with stories untold. In autumn's embrace we find our delight, in the splendid rays of sun and gentle moonlight. Oh, the colors of our clothing blend with the leaves, shadows of the forest, in movement it weaves. The warmth from the food, cooking in old cans, nature provides, sharing her grand plans. But we must see the colors, the gifts of this life, understanding nature's wonders through joy and through strife. For autumn's golden gifts are vivid and bright, a reminder that life sparkles in each ray of light. So gather all these memories, let them fill your heart, for in every shedding leaf there's a chance for a new start. Oh, the colors they rise, bright and bold, covering our eyes with stories untold. In autumn's embrace we find our delight, in the splendid rays of sun and gentle moonlight. So breathe in the essence, let the magic unfold. In the colors of autumn, life stories are told, wrapped in nature's arms, under her wintry quilt. We gather our strength in the dreams that we build.